Vivian.exe is online. Crap. Hi.
Vivian.exe is online. Crap. Hi. Hi. Vivian.exe is online. Naka is also here. I had debated allowing Naka to play this game. However, I do not know how much content there is for it. This game is currently in early access and is only a playable demo. Goblin Cleanup is a game where you are a goblin, and you are doing the cleanup. Specifically, you are a goblin employed at Goblin Cleanup. Goblin Cleanup is a cleaning company that can be hired or employed by dungeon owners and other villainous beings. In order to clean up dungeons after the heroes are done fighting their way through it. I think the game has a lot of potential, though right now it is somewhat bare. There is an emphasis on cooperative play, as well as the ability to customize your goblin. I do not know if much of this content exists right now. So as you play the game, and clean dungeons, or other properties, you gain tickets which you can then use to unlock other areas. Right now, the only one I have unlocked is the Dark Lord. I do not know if I will even be able to unlock these up sections inside. If we take employment by the Dark Lord, there are 3 floors that we can do with many more on the way. However, many of these we simply cannot play yet, not as part of this demo. So I believe today I am going to play through the 3 available floors, and in doing that, we will see once if we can, open up a second area. So let us start with the entrance of the Dark Lord's Keep. The Dark Lord requires our services. Heroes constantly enter to try to defeat him. Obviously, they cannot. But they're dirty. They dirty and disorder everything in their path. This is the entrance to the Dark Lord's dungeon. It is not a very dangerous place, so if you are a novice clearing dungeons, this room is. The staff room this time will be outside next to the entrance door, so once inside make sure to use. If you have any questions, read the employee's handbook in the staff room. Good luck. I think this would also shine playing multiplayer because you would be able to see the other goblin maids. I can see my hand. But that is about the extent of being able to see the cute goblin that I am. Though we can look in the mirror. This is the staff room, our break room. This manual will help if need be. But we are ready to go to work. The entrance to the Dark Lord's dungeon. We have several tools at our disposal, one of which is our hand. We also have a poker. And a small dragon. The dragon can manipulate energy and mana, so you can use it to charge mana objects, or drain the mana from them. The hand can pick items up and throw them. And a nearby mimic is how you dispose of items. If you get too close to the mimic will eat you. Do be careful. We also have to put the furniture back. You can see a blue outline where something needs to go, and usually an object will glow red when you can pick it up. To move it. Oh, you can also name the mimic. Naming the mimic I do not think really accomplishes much, and there are oftentimes multiple mimics throughout a dungeon. I think that is all of the furniture in the first room. Are there any torches that need lit? Yes. And then we also need to clean up the blood, which is done with this slime dispenser. Oh no, he's full. There is a button to extend this, which is a good way to make sure you do not get eaten by the chest. I feel a bit bad for these slimes, they're so cute. Thankfully, I don't believe the slimes actually have any form of consciousness. So I don't know how much I would genuinely consider this killing something. Now if we die, we'll be resurrected here. We should probably bring the mimic with us. You can pick up and move the mimic, but you have to do it from behind, so you do not get eaten. This is a Dark Lord's castle, so it is of course very dangerous. Do be careful. I do not immediately see where any of these items go. I believe I saw a space for one of these stools. Or perhaps not. I believe there is another mimic over here. Or at least I thought there was. Maybe the other mimic is on the other side. I would like to move this mimic to a slightly safer place in this hole. I would like to put the furniture in here though, so I know I do not have to go behind it. Then I can place it and no longer be worried. You do have to be careful, there are still more traps. Such as these spikes. For the spikes, look for buttons on the floor. Even though the button is not in the direct line of the spikes, there is a brief delay before the spikes go off. So you are still very able to walk over it. The intro said that this dungeon should take approximately 25 minutes. But I believe that is a time more appropriate for when you very much know what you are doing. When not moving through the dungeon hastily and still trying to figure it out. I found it took me almost twice that long. I have a bit better understanding now though. This could be dangerous, but there is no spike pointing in this direction. So if I mess up the jump over the tripwire, and then we can disarm the trap so we no longer have to worry about it. I do not see a place for this. Oh, I see the spot over there. I do not see the spot for that though. There are plenty of barrels. Is there much else over here? A slab of meat, a table. In the small golden cup. There is a very fancy treasure chest over there. Is it possible to not stand on one of these? And there are 3 treasures that need to go into the chest. What else is here? So what else am I in need of in order to finish this area? I need a table. And the table may be the only thing that I need. There is a table here, but this is not actually the table that I need. The table that I need has rounded edges. Hello, Carrie and I. So I have several items here. What else do I need here? Barrels. And a bench. I do not have a bench handy, which means everything else needs to go much further down. So there is a bench and a table somewhere that I need in order to complete these areas. We do, however, still need to clean up the blood. Stab slime and then drop it. The feedback is generally very good as to whether or not you are actually mopping up the blood or you are done mopping up the blood. Not only does it give the nice blue splash or red splash accordingly, but you also have a radar that tells you where the nearest blood is. I do wish that there was also a way to check. To use the radar to find items that you can pick up and need to place back. Because even though they have the red outline, I've still found myself finding mono-chargeable items. Even though they have a red outline or are otherwise designed to be fairly obvious, I have still found myself missing them. Much like that torch I nearly missed. Do not immediately see anything else. You cannot stab multiple slimes at once, but they can merge together to make it easier to transport them. Is there a mimic over here? Yes. And there is plenty over here to clean up. This is the last section of the map though. Once this is clean, our job is done. You can also stab the meat. I believe stabbing the meat prevents it from leaving a blood smear on the ground when you pick it up. I think it also prevents you from smearing blood on surfaces when you come in contact with them. While just picking up the blood is much easier, it is prone to making a larger mess. So you should probably consider using your tools. The adventurers had an exciting time in this part of the dungeon. There's blood and meat everywhere. I can name this one too. Typically, when you grab a piece of meat off of the floor, it will always leave a blood stain where it was. So given all of the meat that I have picked up with a skewer, just imagine how many blood stains there would be on the floor right now. That sound effect actually means that we have completed one of our tasks, which is we have picked up all of the meat in the dungeon. It is true they drag an entire table from a different room. So we need this bench for further back. And there is also a table down here that we need. And that should now be everything that we need to replace over here, except for the trap, which I will save for the end. Hello, Blade. There is an emphasis on multiplayer in this game. And much like Viscera Cleanup detail, an amount of the fun will come from other people and how they interfere with your cleaning. You can certainly still track blood everywhere. In Viscera Cleanup detail, of course, half of the trouble was other people spilling things or tracking blood everywhere. In this game, with multiplayer, the challenge is killing each other. You will all still have to move around traps and imagine one person turning a trap back on. And then leaving that for someone else to find. I have not played any multiplayer, but I do imagine it would be fun. I stepped on the spear tip. Thankfully you do not die that easily. So I am missing a stool and I need to figure out where the chest goes. Now the chest goes up top. Oh, and there's the stool. That is all of the restorable objects. There are still plenty of blood stains to clean. Well, I have to travel quite a ways. In order to get more slimes. Though I believe I left quite a few back here. And I believe that was the last of the blood. So now there are just the traps and mana objects. So I know where the two traps are. And I believe I'm missing one torch because there is also a mana object that I need to restart. Open Mimic. I can just walk around with this open. Will it just vacuum things up? We have completed the tutorial. So I believe I am still missing a torch somewhere. Though if I am unsure where it is. I do wish I could also scan for mana objects. Is it not the plant door? I am missing 2 mana objects though. Oh, here it is. And I knew one of them was the plant door. So now we just need to rearm the traps and our job is done. And then very quickly get around the corner. You do not want that thing to see you. Just the 1 man object left. We have gotten out of the spear trap without being killed, so now all we have to do is close the plant wall and we can be on our way. The job is done. We can go home now. Yeah. I quite enjoy that there is this large intimidating dungeon. And then just off to the side is a staff door. Unfortunately, I believe the level cap is 3 right now. So I cannot level up anymore. I still do not have enough. Oh, they cap you at 1,199. Which means that we will not be able to travel to any of these. And these first 3 stages of the Dark Lord's castle are all that there is in the demo. Which is a bit sad. I am very excited to play more of this. Oh, I did not read the It is a room that is a little more labyrinthine than the entrance. Be careful with the traps. If you see a golden door, surely it's he is nearby. Remember to join several slimes to take them all together to more distant areas. Remember that green. Do your best to make the Dark Lord proud of our service. I think the library is probably one of my least favorite stages, if only because it is also the most deadly. I open you up. I can just walk into the meat. We need a key before we can progress that way. I am mostly checking for torches and things right now. I have also played through this several times, so I am more aware of where the individual trap plates are, but it is very easy to die in this room. It is a library, so of course we have books to place back. That is a bench. Is there not a small stool somewhere? No, that is a proper chair. This is a plant. Placing it back is not enough. You also have to make it grow. There is a little bit of randomness, I think, each time you play one of these dungeons, as to what specifically needs. It needs to be restored or where specifically the blood splats are. Because I feel like there is just a little bit different each time that I play. So what else is there that we need? We need to find a table and a chest. And a bench. We do have another book. A table, a chest, a bench, yet another book. Two more books. A chair. There's quite a lot that we are missing. We do have a book though, that is at least one of the books that we are missing. Oh, and another book. Even better. Where was the book? So we are still missing the table, the bench, and a chair. We do not have any extra items to take with us. But we can restore the chair. So a table and a bench then. And we need to clean up the meat. The barrels have a home right over here. I do not immediately appear to be missing anything else here. This is nice because now you are in effectively no danger of accidentally pressing pressure plates. I almost feel like I shouldn't be allowed to do this. That is all of the meat, I think. We do still need to go downstairs, which is a little bit dangerous. And now it is slightly less dangerous. The key that we can use. Where was the chest? Oh, over here. It is nice that you can disable traps. Not all of them. I think that is most of our work done. I do not see any more. So let us go get Munchie. You do not have to wait for him to finish chewing. You can just start eating. It's like having a vacuum cleaner. So I believe we are more or less done down here. We do still need to clean up all of the blood over everywhere that we have been. And it can be made a bit easier. Because we restored this device where we can cook the slime. And once you cook the slime, it can clean substantially more blood. It also has a larger area of effect when you are mopping. And I believe that is one slime that has cleaned this entire room. There is still some in the hole though. This one slime is not going to be able to do the entire library. But it has already covered a substantial amount of this dungeon. Removing the blood also makes being able to see the pressure plates more easily. Oh, and that is it, finally. As long as we keep cooking our slimes, we shouldn't even need all of the remaining slimes that came out. I'm a bit surprised that mopping a pressure plate does not activate it, but I suppose I am also glad for that. And that seems to be that. So we need a bench, a table, and a chest. Now to move on beyond the door. So much blood all cleaned up. Where did this chair come from? There we are. Also a book. On the same table. Honestly, these adventurers have a very deep-seated hatred for the Dark Lord. They just want to make his life more miserable. That is some nice-looking meat now. I wonder if Munchie will appreciate it cooked. That could be useful if you find a bunch of meat. And don't have a mimic nearby. There is the one piece of meat left. I want to know what it looks like when cooked. still a bit mystery meat. But now it won't stay in the ground. He does enjoy the cooked meat. So what is left for us down here? Anything at all? We do have the chest that we need to place items in. I believe I have seen one of those. And we are also missing a stool. Are we missing any torches? Not on this side that I can see. I was sure that I had seen something. Period. This is all underground as well. Thankfully, you only really have to make that jump once. So what are we missing here? A barrel. Which we have. A small stool. And we still have more to go. The cup is our next item. And now we are missing only one. With this stool put back, there's very little we're missing now. This is a pressure plate here. Do be careful. Oh my. Do be very careful. The pressure plate controls a crushing ceiling. Thankfully, once you make it to the other side of that mess, there is no more danger. There should be a table up here as well somewhere. There is one of the benches we need. A proper bench. Oh, there's the table. I was wondering where it was. So that should be everything that we need down below. We are missing a book and a bench. There is the book. And this area is finished. We are currently missing one long bench and two barrels. And that should be almost everything. There are the 3 items that we tossed downstairs that we need to fix. Other than perhaps a little blood cleaning, I believe we are done here. And that is the last of the meat gone. There are 3 items to restore down here that we did toss down, so we should be able to restore them. And that is all items restored. Cook 1 more slime and that should be enough for all of the remaining blood. I'm waiting for the day that hits me. There is only 1 blood stain left. I did not even need the glowing slime, as I recognize it as being this stain here. And that is done. There is 1 mana object, we still need to refill the golden chest, and there are 3 traps to rearm. The last item to put in the golden chest is right here. So now it is 1 mana object and 3 traps. Well, the mana object I believe is the bridge back here. Of the 3 traps, that is one of them. That is another trap done. So now there is one mana object and one trap. That is the mana object, so now for the one trap. And I also have to make it back alive. Yes, one trap remaining. And that would be the eyeball. And our job is done. I find it interesting that once you have completed all of the tasks, there is a banging on the door. The adventurers are eating, eagerly trying to get in. So we should leave and let them have their adventure. Still nothing to customize, which is a bit sad. Oh, you will even be able to customize your mop. You will also be able to change the gender of your maid. Though I almost feel like they should simply own up to the small goblin maid look they have. They know exactly what they are doing. I feel like introducing the other gender change would make it seem as though once again male becomes the default that everyone would be using, when much of the idea is to have the cute goblin maid. Perhaps I am overthinking things though. The last one that we have currently is the Botanical. Oh, the Botanical Laboratories. That's where the plants you saw in the previous levels come from. Be careful because there are strange plants here. As always, use your mana gun to deal with them. There are also quite a few traps. Be careful. For the company. As opposed to the previous stage, which I think was my least favorite, this one is actually my most favorite. These mushrooms, when fully grown, will actually put out a poison mist when you get nearby. So I'm going to be putting them in place, and then not growing them until the final cleanup, when we reactivate traps. Our dragon is running out of juice. Let us give him a moment to rest. We do not yet have a mimic, so the meat will have to wait, and we do not yet have slimes either. Though it seems as though we've cleaned up about all that we can for the moment. We will eventually need a key to enter there. We also need a torch and a plant. So we are missing a book. And a plant. There's the mimic. We should try to clean up the furniture first though, so we're not tripping over it. I have many items and no location to put them in. Thank you. So then what we have left is the chest and a mushroom and a book. That would be our chair. I'm going to take the mushroom because I know where it goes. The chest also goes down here. I have a flower here. And I always wonder if I should be taking that flower back. I think that is most things that is not blood. So I still need a plant here. And that would be our plant. I have an entire other bench though. And no real idea where it goes. We also need a book. That's part of our prize. And it's the plant we needed and even the key. So that should be everything that we need over here. Which also means we will never need to go back. One of our first treasures can go there. And I'm going to run back to the beginning and handle those couple items that we tossed down. And finally the key. This is a difficult room. There isn't really a good way to not step on the pressure plate. So step on it and move out of the way. Then we've gained another treasure. I do enjoy this room with all the candles. We still need a book. Oh, we have the location for the bench though. And there's our book. I thought the spikes were on the other side of the switch plate. Or to be precise, I thought the book was on the other side of the spikes. Well, now I have more of a mess to clean up. Pressing that switch opens this door, which is our final treasure in it. We can also restore the furnace in order to cook some slimes, which we will need because there is quite the bit of blood in this dungeon. I did it again. I am not being careful. That is the final treasure. Now we can start cleaning up the meat. Come, Munchie. We have quite a bit of cleaning to do over here, mostly due to my own mistakes. There is a small bug that I'm noticing. If I hold Munchie's mouth open and let him eat something, when I am done, his mouth stays open whether I am holding the button or not. plenty of blood stains. The restorable objects are going to be the mushrooms, of which there are 3. Those 3 are also considered mana objects, which means I may still be missing 1 mana object. And then the traps are remaining. There are 2 that I deactivated. Yes, I know where all 4 traps are. So we are missing 1 mana object. We have a slime now. Oh, perhaps this is the mana object, so we are actually where we need to be. So let us go cook this slime and we can get to cleaning up all of that blood. The arrow and distance marker is nice. Though I think I would still prefer that you just... They glow in a way that is visible through solid objects. So you would always know where it is. Oh, the sponge is quite dead. Well, we did clean up quite a bit. It is a bit sad that the sponge... The slime does not act like a torch. It does a little bit, but very little. I believe our job down here is done. So I am actually going to restore our trap. I wonder if as soon as the heroes enter the dungeon, if the Dark Lord also just releases a bunch of monsters in. This slime is getting full, but we have very little left. There is one blood stain somewhere. There we are. There are 3 restorable objects, which are also 3 of the mana objects, and then we have to restore the traps. The large mushroom gives you just a moment before it starts attacking. That is all traps done. One man object remains. Another minor glitch is that it says in the corner we have 6 of 7 tasks completed, but if we look at the list, all 7. The 7 are finished. And I believe that is because of the mushrooms, which count as 2 different tasks. Our job is finished though. And that is all 3 stages of Goblin Cleanup. Unfortunately, there is not much more to the game right now. It is currently in development and is being developed by a small crew. Through doing it out of passion. But things we can look forward to in the future are more customization. Far more levels. Not only the 12 here, but then also amongst 5 different kinds. There is also then the multiplayer. Since we have finished what the game has for us, I am going to call the stream here. Thank you very much for keeping me company. Shut down for the evening.